The Bengals wrap up the 2023 season on Sunday against the Browns at Paycor Stadium. Thoughts on how they're approaching the season finale? Hear from Zac Taylor. Plus, the Browns have a new starting quarterback. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com here at Paycor Stadium, where the Bengals started preparing for Sunday's season finale against the Cleveland Browns. It'll be right here at Paycor Stadium. Of course, we will be covering it on CBT, allbengals.com as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, by the way. Ring the bell. Make sure you check out Enter the Jungle, our new live show that premieres every single week right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. It will premiere on Tuesdays at 8. We have a time in place, and we will certainly have some announcements around that show as we continue and as it continues to evolve. It's me and Andrew Fox Miller. You should watch it. That said, let's dive into today. And I'm at Paycor Stadium. Obviously, the Bengals are eliminated from playoff contention this year. And Zac Taylor, despite that, making it clear again today, the Bengals, they plan to play their starters. Sam Hubbard confirmed that he plans on playing, and I just left practice where T. Higgins was out there, Jamar Chase was out there, so we'll see. Zac Taylor did say that T. Higgins was a bit farther away than Jamar Chase, but with all of these guys chasing different accolades, and let's start with Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson is tied for the league lead in sacks with 17. If he plays on Sunday, well, he's going to play on Sunday, he has a chance to lead the NFL in sacks. That's something no Bengal has ever done ever since the stat became official in 1982. Jamar Chase has a chance to become the third Bengal with 100 receptions. Joe Mixon is 77 yards away from 1,000. So there are plenty of guys with accolades within reach. And I asked Zac Taylor about that, if he's aware of those different accolades going into Sunday's season finale.
We know how hard we work. I know how much time I enjoy with this staff and this team, and we owe it to ourselves. We certainly owe it to our fans who have supported us through thick and thin, and been there every step of the way, and that is obviously representing our franchise the right way, and making something that our fans are proud of is important, but also just as important as all the work we put in together, ending on the right note with a win. That matters a lot to us.
There are multiple guys that are close to milestones. Jamar's 4 catches away from 100. Trey tied for the league in sacks. Are you aware of that going into a finale like this?
I think when all these guys are playing and doing everything and help us win, some of that stuff takes care of itself sometimes. I've been in situations over 20 years where you try to force things, and it just creates really frustration as a team, not just because you try to go out of your way to do something, and it can set you back a little bit. So you let things happen naturally, and if guys hit those, obviously you're proud of those guys for the work they've put in over the course of the last year, over the course of their career to get to where they're at. Love to assist with that any way we ever can, but that is a lesson I learned. I remember one time in college we were trying to get a rusher, I think at 1,000 yards in the season or X consecutive 100-yard rushing games, and we kept feeding him. When he needed like 4 yards, we just kept losing yardage, and setting ourselves back, and it just created frustration. So lesson learned on that. We'll just let everything always happen organically.
Does that factor into playing guys at all? Or?
I don't think everyone's listening to me. We're trying to win the game, so we're playing everybody that will help us win the football game.
Zac Taylor making it clear there that they plan to play their starters. That was one of different variations of the question. And look, I knew he planned on playing his starters, but I do think you take that into consideration. If Trey Hendrickson had 14 sacks, do you play him as much as you're going to play him on Sunday? I don't know. I think they should unleash him and just let him play, because there aren't many players that get a chance to lead the league in sacks. The Bengals obviously have never done it. I also do get the mindset of saying, hey, there's something to be said about winning and getting to 9-8. And coaches and players, for that matter, they can't worry about draft. The draft is how you replace certain guys on this roster. They're not worried about that or focused on that. They want to win the game, and they will be going up against the Browns' 5th starting quarterback of the season. Jeff Driscoll will start. Yes, the former Bengals quarterback, Jeff Driscoll, he started for the Bengals during the 2018 season for a bit, was with Zac Taylor for a little bit in 2019 before being released in September of 2019. He's played across the league, including the Texans, spent some time with the Cardinals, is now with the Browns. He will start. P.J. Walker will be his backup. And so the Browns, they're clearly resting their starters. So this is a game that the Bengals want to win. They're going to play their guys, at least initially, and I would expect them to get a lead. We'll see. I think it's kind of the opposite of what we saw in 2021, where the Bengals went up to Cleveland, and the Bengals had already clinched a playoff spot. Joe Burrow didn't start. Other guys didn't start for the Bengals, key starters, because they knew they were in the playoffs. They kind of knew where they would be, and that ended up being a one-possession game. So you never know, but I do understand what Zach is doing. I understand the logic, even though guys like Charlie Jones, Chase Brown, it would be nice to see them get more playing time. The good news is I know there's a lot of people concerned about the secondary. I'm really not one of them. I think they're young and developing. It does mean that you're going to see Jordan Battle, Dax Hill, Cam Taylor-Britt, DJ Turner potentially. I don't know. Maybe we won't. We didn't see a lot of Turner last week with Chidobe Awuzie getting the majority of the reps opposite Cam Taylor-Britt. But maybe we will see more Turner this week. He's certainly gotten a ton of playing experience and playing time this year. Overall, the vibe at practice was loose. It was. I think there's a finality to it. This is one last ride with this group, with these guys. Who will stay, who will go? I'm not sure, and we have plenty of time, and we will discuss the offseason. I promise. We're going to discuss the offseason at length. Every single little topic that you could think of, I'm sure we will cover it. But there's one last game, and I think that these guys, they want to go out the right way and make it a third straight winning season. We'll see if they can do that on Sunday. We're going to have you covered. After I'm done right here, I'm going to go into the locker room. I'm going to talk to players. We will post those videos right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. There is a ton, if you want to read about the Bengals, at allbengals.com. And like I said, check out Enter the Jungle. I think you're really, really going to enjoy that show. For Andrew Fox-Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk.